Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David Laster, and the reason why you are here today is because you want to see this shocking video and show you and understand how to calculate your CalSTRS pension based upon how much is left. And you'll be able to know what age you should retire. Many times we sit down with teachers and they want to retire in their 50s, okay? It usually doesn't work. The gap is too big, okay? But we're going to show you this video real quickly. And if you stay to the end, you're going to get a free copy. I'm going to show you how to get a free copy of my book, Financial Literacy, and I also have a second book. I'm going to show you that later. Now, this one is the ebook, Discover Why It's Important to Be Informed About Your Retirement and How It Works. This is information banks and Wall Street don't want you to know. I've included some information here. There's 5 questions you want to ask your current financial advisor, but I also talk about this iceberg concept in the book. Okay, basically, there's 3 types of information in the world in regards to retirement. This is really, really important right here. The first is information you know that you know. So you know how to drive a car, right? The second is information you know you don't know. So you don't know how to fly a plane, right? So those are 2 things you know. The second is information you don't know you don't know. So, for example, you're driving down the freeway, there's a car in your blind spot in the left-hand lane. You get over in the left-hand lane, what happens? You're going to cause an accident. It's going to cost you money. Okay, well, bottom line, when you get to retirement, ladies and gentlemen, and there's some things you don't know, guess what? It's going to happen. It's going to cost you money. My job is to help you minimize those blind spots. We can't eliminate them completely, but we can minimize them. Okay? So it's really, really important. That's talked about in my financial literacy book. All right? And I'm also going to show you how to get my other paperback book, which I'm going to show you how to get that for free, all for free. All right? Now, these are the 2 videos that came out about 3 years ago, but they're still relevant today. You can even look online and see what the situation is with your CalSTRS pension. Basically, pensions all over across the country, but teachers are close to my heart. I've been working with teachers since 2000. So I'm able to help a lot of them help close the gap because the pension is not going to be enough either anyway, okay, unless you work like 45 years, okay? Well, most teachers don't want to do that. Okay, now let's look at the deductions. 2015, your deduction jumped up from 8.1 to 9.2, okay, if you're an older teacher. If you're a brand new teacher starting after 2013, it jumped up to 8.56. Then last year, I don't know if you noticed, or this year actually, 10.25 for the older teachers. Okay, the newer teachers, 9.205%. So why are they going up on your deductions? They're not telling you. A lot of people get raises, and they're just taking the raise away. Okay? Well, the reason is because this video I'm going to show you real quickly. All right? I'm going to show you this video. Pay close attention. All right, bye-bye. Hold on.
California's second largest pension fund is billions of dollars short, and it will run out of money unless changes are made. The future of California's teacher retirement fund is at risk for more than 800,000 people. KCRA3's Mike Lurie shows us tonight why some teachers are really stunned by this news.
Write down the fraction.
Paul Sheely teaches 5th grade at Russell Ranch Elementary School in Folsom. For 11 years, he's been contributing 8% of every paycheck for his retirement, only to learn today the CalSTRS pension fund is billions of dollars in the hole.
Then to hear, it could be $70 billion short is very scary.
That's right, $70 billion in unfunded liabilities, meaning CalSTRS must pay out much more in future benefits than it has. Pension fund assets will be depleted by 2044, the Legislative Analyst Office says, and it will take an additional $4.5 billion a year for 30 years, much of it from teachers, to make up the difference.
To find out that it could be completely gone a couple years into retirement, definitely be worrisome to them.
Critics say the California State Teacher Retirement System failed to respond quickly to the problem.
They should have been reacting much sooner when they knew they were in trouble. We've been warned of this by actuaries for many, many years.
CalSTRS officials admit the fund was hurt by weak investment results, but say they have a fix for the future.
The best fix is to adjust contributions. They haven't the contributions paid by employers have not changed since 1990.
That means school districts, teachers, and ultimately taxpayers will have to pay billions more to keep the retirement fund afloat.
So pretty shocking video. So you wonder why haven't you heard about this earlier? Well, why is 3 years old? 3 years later, you're finding out. You should have found out earlier, yes, but I guess they don't want you to know. Okay, they should have gotten that information to your union people at your schools or whatnot. This is important. This is information that you need to know about, because so you can help fix your problem before it's too late. Okay. All right. So let's look at a reality check. Okay, more than 50% of working adults over 50 believe they may have to delay their retirement, and then 16% say they never expect to stop working. Now, I work with a gentleman who went to a retirement party about 30 years ago, and the person who was retiring, he thought, he was bragging. He thought he was set for life. He had $300,000 in the bank, house paid off, and he was completely debt-free, and he had a pension as well. Well, fast forward, he just recently turned like 83 years old, and he has started going back to work, just like some of these older people having to go back to work on this picture right here. Okay? Not a good situation. I'm sure you've seen other teachers having to come back to work or other people having to go back to work, which is not fun. Okay? Now, what do you think the number one reason for running out of money in retirement and being forced back to work is? Okay? I'm going to tell you right now. Okay? It's procrastination. I just saw a commercial the other day. I think it was Prudential. And they basically said that people start thinking about retirement in their 20s, but they don't start actually saving for retirement until after their 40s, okay? Because life gets in the way, get married and blah, blah, blah. So things happen. So now we're pushed for time, and we actually don't have enough because we lost time, and we have to be forced back to work or run out of money, one of the two. Okay, so let's look at some factors that impact your lifestyle in retirement. All righty. So you got market risk, inflation, rising taxes, health issues, and then CalSTRS. Okay, let's just focus on the CalSTRS real quickly. This was an article came out in CalSTRS deduction. I talked about that earlier. Okay, it's going up. And then also this came from CalSTRS as well. They're just going to pay you about half your paycheck. CalSTRS is going to pay you about half your paycheck, all right? And that equals out to about $3,500 every month, okay? So you want to know how much your gap is. This is an average number, but this you need to know for yourself to know what your actual amount is going to be and how big your income gap is. Because right here it says about half your paycheck is gone. All right? So how do you determine your CalSTRS pension? You take your age, and then you take your years of service under CalSTRS. So how many years have you been contributing into CalSTRS? All right? Then you want to take your CalSTRS age factor, which we have a CalSTRS table. When we sit down with you, we'll be able to show that to you. And then the final average compensation. Okay, so your highest salary. So let's take, for example, Jane. She's 26. She wants to retire at 57. Too early, but let's just look at the numbers anyway. That'll give her 31 years of service. So our age factor at 57 will be 1.84. You take 31 times 1.84 equals her payout factor at 57%. So that basically means CalSTRS is going to pay her 57% of her income if she wants to retire at 57. Okay? Not a good thing because people are living longer now. You might you might live to age 100, so you can be in retirement longer than you were working. So if you don't have enough saved before you retire, then you're going to be back to work, or it's just going to be a long vacation, one of the two. So let's look at some hard numbers. Jane's highest salary is $72,000. You times that by 57%, that's $41,000 a year. That's a $30,000 drop right there. It's a cut. Okay? You divide it by 12, that's $3,400 a month. Now, is that adequate to live off today? Is that adequate enough to live off today? No, it's not. Okay? Well, after you take off taxes, especially in California, that only leaves you with $2,400 a month. Okay? So that's a huge income gap. That's a big income gap. That's not comfortable. What we need to do is fill and fix that gap. Okay? So let's look at the piece of the pie. Okay? This is just a little snapshot, a visual. So right now you're basically living off 100% of your income. When you retire, you're going to make less money. So according to the chart, that's about 50%, so roughly All right, so that's a big pay cut. And what a lot of teachers do to fill the gap is they do a 403B or a 401K or an IRA, okay? Well, they don't realize how those programs work, okay, which I talked about in my ebook, which I talked about earlier, okay? Well, there's two challenges associated with those. The first is a decreasing asset or depreciating asset. Well, all it is a lump sum of money, and you start taking money out, and eventually you're out of money in 10, 15 years. Just like you're driving a car off the lot, the value decreases as soon as you drive it off the lot. So you have an income gap of $10,000, and your 403B is $100,000 by the time you retire. In 10 years, you're out of money, okay? But here's the other thing. The other challenge is it's all taxable money, and we don't know how much the government's going to take because it's going to be taxed at probably a higher tax bracket, more than likely, okay? We can get that information to you later, but it's decreasing asset, and it's going to be taxed. So what we do, our firm helps to show you how to get a lifetime income stream because your pension is forever, okay? So that's going to pay you for life, but imagine getting a second pension that's going to pay you income for life also, and it's also tax-free, okay? So something like a second pension, and it's tax-free as opposed to being taxed. So if your income gap is $10,000 a year, and you take out $10,000 out of a tax-free account, you keep $10,000. It's not how much you make; it's how much you keep. All right. So there is a right way and there is a wrong way to close this income gap. And if you do not want to end up like Jane did by having such a huge gap by the time of retirement and being forced back to work, then you need to discover how to close the gap the right way. All right? We're going to show you how to get tax-free income, which is opposite of a 403B. Your 403B is not taxed yet, but it will be taxed later. A 401K is not taxed yet. It will be taxed later at a greater amount than more than you think. All right? But having tax-free income, if you need to take out $10,000 a year to close your gap and you have a tax-free plan, guess what? You keep every dime. It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. So we're going to show you how to get tax-free income by using the money that you're already spending. So no new money, no more out-of-pocket expense. We're going to show you how to get much more by using the same dollar because people like value. They want to get as much value out of their $1 as much as they can get. We're going to show you how to get the most value. Okay? Plus, we're going to give you safety. Most people have lost money in the last decade, especially in 2008. None of our clients lost any money. We're going to show you how to get safety that offers up to 70% of the market gains without a risk, guaranteed. Most people don't even know this program even exists, but it's good you came here today. All right, so we're going to show you how to get tax-free income, safety, and coverage in case of a serious illness. What will happen if you got sick, heart attack, stroke, cancer? Okay, our program can include that at no additional cost. At no additional cost. What can your 403B or your 401K do? How much is it going to pay you if you get sick, seriously ill? Will it pay you anything? Okay? Will you have to pay taxes on the money when you take it out? Our plan won't pay any taxes. Awesome. But it's only if you qualify, all right? Only if you qualify. Now, here are some bonuses for meeting with me. I'm going to give you a physical copy of my book. Okay, I already told you about my ebook earlier. I'm going to show you how to get that. Okay, plus I'm going to hand deliver a physical copy of my book. It's valued at $20. You can actually get it on Amazon, but I'm going to deliver it to you for free. Okay, plus you're going to get a $10 Starbucks gift card, or if you want another gift card for $10, I can throw that in as well in exchange of Starbucks. And you're going to get a free 17-minute consultation where we're going to sit down with you and show you what your specific numbers are, how big your income gap is, what CalSTRS is going to pay you in retirement, okay? Now, in this book, when I deliver it, there are some things that I want to go over real quick. These are some things that you're going to discover. The importance of wealth, how it affects generations to generations, how to create a guaranteed lifetime income stream that you can never outlive, okay, which I briefly touched on earlier, how to turn your 401K, 403B into a program like a second pension, okay? Also, how to participate in the stock market and get up to 70% of the gains without any losses, guaranteed. And the secret that Dave Ramsey and Sue Zorman they desperately don't want you to know, even though banks and corporations are doing it right now, and they've been doing it for decades. That's on page 127. All right, you got to get this book. Plus, more things. The importance of knowing what your income gap is probably the most important chapter. Starts on page 75. The top 11 reasons why too many women retire broke. Okay, and a simple quiz to determine if you made money this year or lost money, page 147. All right, and much, much more. I have testimonials throughout. All right, so let's look at bonus number 2. You're going to get audio of 2 of my radio interviews to listen to in your car. I've done 2 radio interviews in the last year or so. The interviews will include great tips and strategies that will save you thousands, literally thousands in retirement, plus a copy of my ebook, Financial Literacy, and Raving Fans book, which is a physical copy, which has over 70 client testimonials. I actually have over 1,000, but I just narrowed it down to about 70. All right. Then bonus number 3, important videos about the 401k you need to see now. Okay, access to my podcast where I will be doing interviews. Okay, and if you would like to be a guest on my podcast, you can come in as well as an interview. Free access to my app. Plus, I'm going to throw in an audio book. Okay, 7 Simple Steps to Financial Freedom by a very famous author. Over 10 hours in length. It's priceless, and much, much more. Now, my goal is this: is to help you close your income gap by showing you how to turn your baby money into King Kong money. All right? Bottom line. Now, let's go over the bonuses again. Bonus number 1 is valued at $60. You're going to get a physical copy, $10 gift card, the free 17-minute consultation. Bonus number 2, valued at $50. You're going to get my 2 radio interviews, copy of my ebook, Financial Literacy, Raving Fans book. And then bonus number 3, it's valued over $160. You get access to my podcast. It includes audiobook by a very famous author and free access to my app, The Retirement Expert. Okay, plus much more. So total value over $270, all for free. All for free. Now, plus, if you schedule in the next 60 minutes, if you schedule a meeting with me in the next 60 minutes, I will personally enter you into my $100 contest for a Nordstrom gift card. Okay, here it is. $100 contest for a Nordstrom gift card for free. Okay, if you win, you can get those shoes you've been wanting. All right, all free. Just register and keep your scheduled meeting. Okay, this is what I want you to do now. I want you to go to meetingwithdavid.com. Okay? I'll repeat that again. Go to meetingwithdavid.com, or you can text my cell at 213-330-0327. Again, 213-330-0327. And type in interested in next step and include your name. All right? Again, 213-330-0327. Interested in next step and include your name. And what I'm going to do right now is going to show you some testimonials of some people just like you and what they have said about me and how I was able to help them. All right, and I can do the same as well with you. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Nancy Lemus, and I am a teacher at Estrella Elementary School. I have been working with David Lester, and he has been helping me fill the income gap for my retirement. He has also been able to help me with other policies and how to make sure that I'm managing them correctly. And he has made me feel more comfortable and more wise about the decisions that I'm making as far as what needs to happen for when I retire.
Okay, great. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the information that I gave you?
I would give it a 10 because not only did you help me sort out some other issues that I had, you were very informative, and you also set me up on a really good policy that's leading me in the best direction at this moment and for my future.
All right, well, thank you.
Hi, my name is Glenda. I'm a teacher, an 8th grade teacher at Linwood Middle School. Today I changed my universal life policy to an index universal life, and I also moved my Roth IRA over to an index Roth IRA with David Lester. He helped me because these options are going to help me gain more and stop losing from the accounts that I already have.
Okay. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate my presentation and information that I gave you?
10, I felt very comfortable. I learned a lot. I didn't feel pressured, and you spent a lot of hours stuck here with me.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, my name is Oliver Williams. I work at Marquez High School, School of Social Justice. Mr. David Laster really helped me understand, learn about CalSTRS and the gap that's going to be present when I end up retiring. And he helped me set up a savings so that when I do retire, there won't be that income gap. You know, my father recently retired, and he got much less than he expected. So he told me, really look into retirement, and Mr. Laster really helped me prepare. And not only that, he helped me prepare some savings for both of my kids, who are babies now, but once they get older, they're really going to be taken care of like I wanted to do. So that's all thanks to Mr. Laster. I highly recommend everything he offers.
Good afternoon. Hi, my name is Charlene Bruce, and I'm here with David Laster, and I want to tell you that he has some great information regarding your retirement. And there's a lot of things I learned today that I did not know before, and I feel very confident that he will give you the information that you need. So you can check out his website, check out the information he has, and I'm sure you're going to be as satisfied with the information that you get. All the best to you in your retirement future.
Okay, I have a quick question for you. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the information that I gave you today?
I want to say 10 plus.
10 plus. All right.
Yeah, so the information I got, the things that I didn't know about my retirement. And so now I'm more informed, and I believe that understanding what he's telling you or getting information, it'll definitely help you make a wise decision.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Maria Pinella, and I'm from Edison Middle School, and I worked with David, and he was able to explain everything that had to deal with my retirement. He helped me out a lot, and the experience was great. I recommend working with David, and he knows what he's talking about.
All right. Well, thank you. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate my service?
It was 10. If there's a 10 plus, there you go, you got it.
All right, thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Cheryl Johnston, and I work at Johnson Fremont High School, and I've been working with Mr. David Laster, working on my retirement and life insurance, and basically to fill my income gap, because when I retire, I want to make sure I have enough money that I may not be getting from CalSTRS, so I want to make sure I have enough money to retire and live happily ever after.
Great. So one question, how would you rate the information I was going to give you on a scale of 1 to 10?
1 to 10, I would rate it a 10. It's very informative and helpful.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Michelle Wilson. I'm a teacher here at Compton High School, and I've just met with David, and he gave me a lot of good information about making sure that my retirement is safe and making sure that my money is in a safe vehicle so that it will actually be there when it's time for me to retire. Read a few books about money and investing. It just seemed like it was all kind of scary and crazy and to me, but David really helped me to understand where my money is, how I'm losing money in the vehicle it was in, and to get it in a safe place. So it was a good experience. He walked me through everything, very patient. I highly recommend him. My name is Michelle Wilson, and I just met with David, and he answered a lot of questions for me in regards of setting up a second pension. He gave me a lot of information and basically explained exactly what a policy that I had been reading about and just couldn't seem to find. We also looked at my existing policy and saw that I was spending an enormous amount of money in fees. I hadn't even had the policy long and already lost, hundreds of dollars. and was charged erroneously $500